Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going through some basic Valorant guides on how to, improve on your aim, movement, and your spray pattern. So this video I'm gonna cover all of that, and at the end of the video I'm gonna put in an ace clip and go through step by step on how I managed to um, clutch the round. Also, another thing to note here is that I'm not making this video just to show off that I'm a better player or anything like that. I just want to just show you guys just a few tips and advice on how to improve your gameplay when you're playing Valorant. And yeah, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so this is how you should find your correct sensitivity. Everyone finds it a different way, but this is how I usually do it. So I usually come to a wall, alright, and I shoot like a dot or something. Maybe it's better if I use an op to make like a bigger bullet hole here. So right there, what I usually do is follow that dot with my mouse and move around too with your WASD, like right here. Practice with this, or use this example right here, this shield thing on the wall. So I just follow it around and make sure like my crosshair stays on it like 90% or even 100% of the time. Adjust your sensitivity, adjust your DPI, and make sure it follows this little circle thing when you move around too, like try crouching, and stuff like that. So that's how you find your perfect aim for me. And with that, you should be able to like 180, like with a swipe across your mouse pad, depending the size of your mouse pad and everything like that. But essentially you would want to like finding this aim will help you 180 better. And yeah, that's basically how you should find your perfect sensitivity, Now that you found your perfect sensitivity, that you adjusted your DPI in-game sensitivity to find that perfect sensitivity, right? You want to now practice your aim and practice your spray. So in this game, you want to learn the basis of the spray pattern of the Vandal and then Phantom. And after that, after you get the muscle memory for the spray pattern for these two main guns, then the other guns should be relatively easy to learn. So Phantom is like more of a, they have a minimal, like, it's very easy to spray with Phantom than it is with Vandal. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of videos out there, or you already know this, that Phantom has a very small like spray circle than the Vandal, because the Vandal has a lot of recoil. So what I do is I spray against a wall. So the spray pattern for the Vandal goes up and then to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, right? So how do I counter that recoil? How do I make it a perfect spray? Is just do the opposite. So I hold my mouse button to find out what the spray pattern is. So it was down here and then slowly up to the middle and then to the left, right. So what I'm gonna do is gonna do the opposite. So I spray down straight to the right and then to the left, to the right. And I do that a couple more times to get the gist of it. So my spray isn't that perfect right now, as you can see, it's right here. So I'm just gonna keep doing it until it's like perfect. See how it's more closer now? And then Phantom, it should be a little bit more easier it has a similar spray pattern. So it goes up to the right, to the left, to the right. So just by us, like, you know, just by a little bit. So all you have to do is spray down and then to left to right. And then that's how you can control your spray pattern. So knowing that, right, you can start practicing with dummies, right? And that's how you should practice your spray pattern. But if you're more into like the Vandal, you can also one tap, you know, because Vandal is a one tapper kind of gun. So you can go to the range and then practice at headshot level, like just one tapping. This will help you practice like your headshot level, your crosshair placement, and you know, how to properly spray. A lot of players out there are very different, you know, when it comes to their movement styles and everything like that, but it all boils down into like 3 key factors, I think. So one of which is going to be counter strafing, where you got to use your AD a lot, your AD button a lot. Counter strafing. Peeking, when you peek around corners and stuff. Right hand peeks as well, you know, right hand peeks, and then the optional scroll wheel jumping. So counter strafing, what is it? So when you counter strafe, you know, you basically AD, you know, at an X amount of distance, right? And then when you stand still, like when you press the D after you hold A to go left, right? And when you press D, that pause moment, you can shoot, and then your first bullet will be 100% accurate. So I will show you that right now. It's kind of hard to like build that into your muscle memory, but over time you should exponentially like kind of grow into it. So practice that with A and D, and then D and A. So that's how people like counter strafe, you know. You could do like a burst fire, but you only want to counter strafe when you like want to peek angles as well. All right, so peeking. So how do you peek and lower the chances of you like getting shot at with an op or being, you know, sprayed down, right? So there's different type of peeks, right? There's a peek where you commit to like a spray. So you peek and then you shoot, right? Peek and shoot. You can also combo that with a crouch like I just did. So when you peek and then you crouch, on their screen it's gonna look a lot faster. So right, and when you peek, you want to keep your crosshair at a headshot angle as well. So this goes hand in hand when it comes finding your sensitivity too. So it can help you keep like headshot angles as well. Let's say you're peeking here from here, right? You know, keep your crosshair at a headshot level, and then you peek, you shoot, you know, with that crouch. This is also in addition to like your counter strafing as well. So when you peek, shoot, and you go back. And go to different angles and practice that. Right. Counter strafing. You can jiggle peek too as well. That's another form of peeking. So you jiggle to get info. Yeah, so if an opper usually, Jet usually
Right
op
here.
like here somewhere, you can do like this kind of peek, right? And then see if he's there, and after that you can take a shot. That's how you can improve on your peeking instead of just wide swinging it and shoot him, because that's an easier, you're an easier target. So, jiggle peek, bait out the shot, and then counter strafe into the crouch peek or something. There is another, like, I guess a discussion out there when it comes to like, should you crouch or when you spray or when you take a shot or something. It really depends on the situation as well. So usually for me, when I crouch, I usually commit to that spray. So crouching is when you commit to a spray. Let's say you're a 1v1, right? And this guy walks out. You peek, crouch. That's when you commit to that spray. If you don't crouch, that means that you're not committed to that spray. So you can counter strafe back. So for example, I'm going to press D, counter strafe, and then press A. See, so when you crouch and spray, you're committed to that spray, and you're slower when you, stand back up and then go back to a corner. So if you look at my screen, I'm right hand peeking right now. This is a right hand peek, right? So if I see them, I will see them first before they can see me, because let's head over to long here. Right, if let's say I peek out like this, obviously like 1/4 of my body is out before I can see him. He can see me first before I can see him. This is what I mean. So you never if you are going to like commit to a spray against an enemy, try your best to peek from a right angle, because you will always see him first before you will see them, depending on which way that they're looking, So this is why you jiggle peek see long, because they will see you first before you will see them. So take that into consideration. So this is why you would peek a right angle first. So let's say he's right here. This is a right hand peek. You shoot, you peek, and then you will see him first before he can see you if you do this right hand peek, because he's like aiming right here, right? His left shoulder is out, and you will see him first if you right hand peek, and that little thing makes a huge difference. There's another form of peeking when you go close to a wall, and this is when your pre-aiming skills like starts to kick in, right? So when I say pre-aiming, like you pre-aim a spot like right here, and then already your crosshair is already on that headshot angle. So it's faster to peek like this than it is to like back here and then peek. It's a lot slower. So that's why a lot of pros, a lot of high ranked people, they usually do this peek first, like close to a wall, a counter strafe, and then crouch peek. They will always try to do it from an object closer to them, because it's fast. It looks faster on their screen than it is for you. So another form of like movement too, I would recommend practicing is binding your scroll wheel to jump, and you'll be much of a harder target to hit if you use your scroll wheel, right? You have more control of your characters. So what I practice is, going against like a 90-degree wall. You would use your scroll wheel, press W, and after you press W, you hold A, and then while holding A, you look to the left. So you're much of a harder target to hit, and then vice versa right here. You jump with your scroll wheel, and then hold after you press W, you hold D. And I just do this back and forth. That also correlates with bunny hopping. So bunny hopping is when you take those two things that I just taught you, and then just, you know, A and D. You just, so like when you jump and then hold A to go left, you want to scroll wheel jump and then press D, and then move your mouse to the right. So it will look like this. And then you just repeat it, and then, as you know, sooner or later you will master the art of bunny hopping. And then when you're advanced, like, you know, you can do like backwards too. This is really useful when you're trying to scale like stairs like this. So like instead of like using your spacebar to jump like that, you know, it'll be quicker if, you know, you use scroll wheel. You'll get into a window quicker. You know, it's all about movement, how fast you can be in this game. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to how to properly clutch, or usually in this case, how I clutch. So this is a clip where me and Ari was playing the other day, and you know, I managed to pull off a clutch. So we're gonna break this clip down and show you what I did in each individual second and how I think during the moment. So we're gonna start off by me playing Reyna, and first thing I did was throw a flash out window just to see if anyone was peeking me at mid. So I know that Sky, which is my friend Ari, is throwing out a dog to clear out garage. So right now I don't have to worry about garage and focus on peeking mid.
Scout destroyed.
Cutting their vision.
So my Reyna flash right there kind of prevents anyone from peeking mid. So then I got the precast advantage, and that's how I got this first initial kill. So I know that Sky, aka Ari here, called out one garage. So what I'm gonna do is going to peek left side on C link or B link, and you know, peek the person that is going to re-aggress me at mid. So there's a lot to take in this one tiny little second of this clip. So we know that Reyna their enemy Reyna just killed our Viper over at A long. So I know that Reyna's gonna be hovering around A for a bit, right? I just killed a guy in garage, which is kind of too quick of, you know, a rotate from garage to B. So I'm gonna be assuming that there's gonna be one more in garage, because I assume that garage player is gonna come back to B link. But since he's instantly there, I know that there's another person in garage. So that just leaves out Killjoy. So Killjoy, as soon as this clip continues on, I'm going to hear her shoot her Spectre. So what I'm gonna do is gonna flash garage, because I don't know where exactly she is. She could be close, she could be playing A link. So I'm gonna flash back off here as soon as the brim smoke hits, because there's no point of pushing a smoke.
Spike down A.
We have to get bomb, guys. One B, one garage. So right after we retrieve the bomb, we know that Reyna is opping somewhere on A long, KJ somewhere on B, and then for sure we know that Brim is somewhere in garage. So since I have no more flashes, I'm gonna ask my teammate Ari to flash for me in garage, and we can double peek garage and then kill Brim. You have a flash? Flash into garage.
Blinded.
Nice.
Heal up, squad.
Go C. One's B, one's A, rotating.
Plant the spike.
The hunt begins.
Reyna's B. So right here we took garage control. We killed Brim, and then we have access to C because Reyna and KJ is on B or on A. I called it out that they're rotating, so I'm gonna hold this cross angle here, try to get a pick, and then back off from there so we can leave it at a 3v1.
One enemy remaining.
So here we got the Reyna pick, and then I know that KJ is right behind her because I heard 2 sets of footsteps, right? So what I'm gonna do is gonna jump out of garage, fake it that I was gonna leaving, going back to site and defend this bomb site, but in actuality I'm gonna walk back up into garage and then swing him and then kill him for the ace.
They will cover!
Whoa.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet.
There.
Scout destroyed.
Cutting their vision. Spike down A.
You have to get bomb, guys. One B, one garage. You have a flash? Flash into
Hawk
garage.
out. Blinded.
Nice.
Heal up, squad.
Go C. One's B, one's A. Rotating.
Plant the spike.
The hunt begins!
Reyna's B.
One enemy remaining.
They will cover!
Whoa.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet.
Another ace? That was another ace. Nice.